These are China's waterfront towns, located in the south of the longest river in this country, the Yangtze River, and abundant with various agricultural products. Nanshun, an ancient waterfront town with a history of over 700 years, enjoys a boom in trade and business, owing to its navigable waterways leading in all directions. Since the Ming and Qing dynasties, the silk industry here has brought tremendous economic prosperity. Today, a lot of ancient buildings can still be seen in Nanshun, most of which used to be the home of silk merchants. "60-year-old Gu Ming-chi is a gardener at the middle school in town. At this time of the year, local silkworm raisers have to be prepared for their busiest days. So old Gu will ask for leave from school to go back to his hometown 4 kilometers away in the countryside. Sericulture in China dates back thousands of years and plays an integral part in traditional agriculture in this country. The world-famous Chinese silk made from mulberry silkworm cocoons even created the Silk Road connecting the West and East. The Chinese people show deep affection for these snow-white worms and call them silkworm babies. Every morning and evening, old Gu will drive to the field to gather in mulberry leaves. Silkworms feed on mulberry leaves, so people always plant mulberry trees and rear silkworms at the same time. The silkworms are going to spin cocoons within 4 or 5 days. They need fresh leaves every day, so old Gu has to carry the leaves to his home directly. As soon as old Gu gets home, his wife and mother-in-law will help to pick the leaves. They do it as quickly as possible to keep the freshness. Then the mulberry leaves will be put into the storeroom, for wind and heat could reduce their quality. With over 50 years' experience, Gu Ming-chi is highly skilled at rearing silkworms. In today's Nanshun, only a few people have mastered this technique. Old Gu's son and daughter-in-law once worked in a silk reeling factory and showed exceptional competence in cocoon cooking. But the factory closed down a few years ago, so they set up a woodware factory in the village. Now Nanshun is known as the wood floor capital of China and one of the biggest wood floor trade centers. Factories like this are innumerable in the local area. A new day comes as it keeps raining. As a result, the temperature drops a few degrees, which might lead to an outbreak of muscadine. Old Gu feels a bit worried about that.
如果今年的天气不好，或者桑叶过潮，下雨天多，这样呢就可以得到残见收入之后呢，很可能导致要花落无收。
Fortunately, it turned sunny just before dusk. The weather got warmer as well. Now old Gu can relax at last.
今年这个春来呀，丰收了，明天就上山了。
This is a metaphorical expression, as silkworms will go up to spin a cocoon. The Gu family starts working early in the morning. It is a crucial moment. This year's harvest is dependent on how the job is done now. Small conical hills made of straw are arranged in good order. This is where the silkworms will spin a cocoon. If the temperature is favourable, it would take about 1 month for the 30,000 silkworms to hatch eggs and spin cocoons. The Gu family only earn 1 or 2,000 yuan from sericulture, which is even less than doing part-time jobs in town. But to old Gu, rearing silkworms has become part of his life. He hopes that the techniques of sericulture could be carried forward to the future generations. Each tiny cocoon is an embodiment of glory and wisdom that the local people are born with. Summer is over. The seemingly bleak autumn arrives in these scenic waterfront towns. But on Yangchang Lake in the suburbs of Suzhou, many people start to get busy with new work. Though coming from different places and with different experiences, they share the same goal. When talking about Yangchang Lake in China, the first thing people will think of is the incredibly tasty hairy crabs. The hairy crab, or Chinese mitten crab, named for its dark grey furry claws, is a precious traditional Chinese seafood. Compared with the same-sized crab raised in other lakes, the hairy crab weighs much more and tastes much better. Every autumn, lots of Chinese people will treat themselves to delicious hairy crabs. Yangchang Lake, well known for its hairy crabs, brings great opportunities to the people living around here. Old Xiao and his colleagues come from Shandong, Anhui and Hunan. But now they work together to farm hairy crabs. They've been living here for 4 years. In recent months, they've been even busier than usual. This is a traditional crab trap. Although it has a number of obvious entrances, it has an extremely intricate structure inside which looks like a maze of nets, so the crabs can hardly get out once caught in the trap.
我老家是湖南常德的，在阳澄湖之前，我是一个糖果厂工人，后来下岗，因为老乡介绍我进了大造鞋公司。
The hairy crabs will be graded strictly by experienced workers after being brought on shore. The market price of a crab weighing 100 grams is about 25 yuan in general, while the price of a crab weighing 350 grams could be 20 times higher. But if a crab loses 2 or more legs, it will be worth no more than 20 yuan. Ma Chuansheng began to tie up crabs 3 years ago. Now he combined 7 crabs within 1 minute without breaking the crab's legs or being stabbed. The job calls for perfect skills. Ma Chuansheng grew up in the local area. The high-paid job always reminds him of his happy childhood.
我7、8岁的时候就开始弄螃蟹了。 到现在嘛，已经有40多年了。以前我们卖螃蟹的都是按称买的，一称一称的。现在嘛，讲究品味嘛，都是用一个就是装的那个就是礼盒。
These brightly packaged hairy crabs will travel around the country until they arrive in Beijing, Guangzhou, Hong Kong, or other cities. Generally, the sell-by date of hairy crabs is about 1 week. After the 1,000-kilometer voyage from Yanchang Lake to Beijing, the price of hairy crabs could soar to several times higher. There are nearly 2,000 households rearing crabs on the 113-square-kilometer Yangchang Lake. The number of crab trade companies totals more than 800. Lin Feng is a teacher in a local primary school. But on weekends he has another job to do.
就是说，以前阳澄湖大蟹铺天盖地都是，对它都是担保的。你比如说来了2个亲戚朋友，他走到这个水沟里面，或者是阳澄湖边上，手一摸就摸了5、6个、7、8个回去，就这么简单。现在你要看到一个蟹很难了。 多把它当成一个宝了。
All the hard work will pay off when hairy crabs become a traditional high-priced delicacy on the table, which helps to change the lives of the people living in these waterfront towns. Unlike residents who lead a busy life on Yangchang Lake, people living in waterfront towns in Guangdong have more leisure time. Enjoying traditional tasty foods in the morning has been part of the Cantonese lifestyle for many years, and people in the small village of Shangxi are no exception. Whether busy or not, people will enjoy life at leisure in the morning. It's not only about delicious food. What matters more is that people can have a great time with their friends and families. This is Zhujiang Township, adjacent to the Xijiang River. As the trunk stream of China's third longest river, the Pearl River, Xijiang River boasts a crisscross section of waterways and lakes, which drives the development of the fishing industry in the local area. Zhujiang has been well known as a wealthy town for over 800 years. Today, with a high level of urbanization, Zhujiang has been undergoing dramatic changes. Apart from traditional fish farming and fish hatching, local villagers also engage themselves in various businesses. "52-year-old Guan made a living by catching and selling fish when he was young. Now he owns a tire shop. Lately, Guan has devoted himself to citrus peel. It's made from the dried peel of citrus fruit. Xinhui, not far from Zhujiang Township, is known far and wide for its citrus peel, which is recognized as the top regional speciality of Guangdong. After harvesting, the citrus fruits need to be peeled and then dried on a sunny day. The storage time of citrus peel should be as long as possible. Local people usually add citrus peel to tea, porridge or wine to make them taste better, while the pulp will be scattered into the fish pond to be used as feed. Obviously, the people living in waterfront towns have a special attachment to the place they live for so many years.
一到那个水边，一到那个鱼塘边，我们都感觉到好像是回到红莲的时代。我们有时候兄弟一帮人都到那个鱼塘边了，我们还能聊很长的时间。 As an old friend named Guan Jianwen is coming home, Guan is busy preparing a raw fish feast for him. In Zhujiang Township, raw fish is a unique dish to entertain special guests who come from afar. People will use well-chosen fish that have been kept in water for 1 week or even longer. The cook spends almost half a day to prepare dozens of ingredients. The fish won't be placed on the cutting board until the guests arrive, so that they will stay nice and fresh. These spotless, thin slices of raw fish are not only a local delicacy, but a reminder of the homesickness that lingers in the bottom of their hearts. Guan Jianwen has been working for many years in the US and Hong Kong. Now he owns an internet company in Guangzhou. The main task for Guan Jianwen, who has made his way home, is to organize ancestor worship activities during the Tomb Sweeping Festival.
In Shangxi village, almost every big family has their own ancestral temple, a place for younger generations to worship their ancestors. Guan is the most popular family name in the local area. Their ancestors include one famous general in ancient China, Guan Yu, who is also known as Emperor Guan.
宗族观念非常强，特别我们这个姓关的后裔啊，就是有一股就是我们老祖宗那种气场还是在的。
Traditionally, Chinese people worship their ancestors during the tomb sweeping festival. No matter how far from home, people will go back to their hometown and gather at the top of this mountain to seek their roots and worship their ancestors.
19岁就离开这个家里，就出外去做生意了，所以说也将近30年了。40岁以后，那回家的次数会增长。全世界基本上也让你看得差不多了，是吧？中国人还是有点这个落叶思乡的一种情怀在里面。
The Yungui Plateau in the southwest of China. Due to high elevation and low latitude, it's like spring all year round here. Over 30 ethnic groups are living together in the red earth, covering an area of 400,000 square kilometers. Their life, enshrouded in the mist, is just like the seasons of a year, moving in circles day to day, and keeps changing all the time.